if you have any memorable scenes in this film or like a particular scene that still sticks with you up
I
till
think
now.
Lynn already kind of touched on it. It was the crying scene, and thanks. I sound like a really great actress. And it's like, shoot, then you're like, I can't cry. Yeah, but I think the one thing I learned was really, because when you make a film, you don't realize how many steps there are to doing it. You know, they do the wide shot first, and I was putting so much effort into the emotions in the wide shot. Then you cannot see the tears, but I was like, from when they finally zoom in. Okay, now we really need to see the tears. I'm like,
You can't cry.
oh, I got no more tears already, and that's when the onions. Yeah, the onions came out. So that was a really important lesson I learned. What shot are you doing at this point in time? If you're doing a wide shot, you don't really need to put so much in. You know, you need to conserve it for when they zoom in on you and they do the close-ups. So, but that was fun, and we goofed off the whole day. It was, and I think that was the most memorable scene, and you realize that onions are very useful on a film set. And also that when you're making a short film, it's really about playing, and we're all friends, and we get favors from people. Can we use your apartment? Can I borrow your clothes? That sort of thing. Can I use your friend? You recommend someone for this? So that was memorable for me.
How about Lilin for yourself? Is there a particular scene in All My Presents that's very memorable to you as well, or is that particular scene as memorable?
There was one scene that always cracks me up. Is the scene when the character, her name is Sue, is saying goodbye to everyone at the party, and then my friend Loretta, who was also in lunchtime, played this really biatchy person, and it was Pin's character pushed her from behind, and she turned around and gave him a dirty look, and it's just the way it was just so funny for me. Maybe it's a private joke thing. It doesn't sound funny when I say it, but if you buy the DVD, you watch it, I promise you, it's really funny.
Okay. Okay, so for your film Autograph Book,
Yeah.
it's always on tour with us around schools, and it's always a favorite among students. And it's like whenever we play these films at like different schools, be it like secondary schools or JC, it always cracks everyone up.
Yeah.
And can I just find out if this film is actually based on your primary school days?
Yeah, definitely. In fact, I always wanted to make a short film about autograph books for a really long time. And I told myself the very last short film I intend to make was going to be about autograph books. But I think the challenge with making a film with young actors is to find those young actors and whether I could control them. But I never really worked with children before. But I was very fortunate when I found Jean and the other young actors who were in the film. And Jean actually was a child actress, right? You had been, what was some stuff you acted in?
Mostly Channel 8 films, like The Price of Peace, Stepping Out, Chinese lah, Chinese. 出路, Humping the Daijia. And I always died in those films. So. Yeah! Finally! I guess, I don't know, like my first film, I was bombed to death. Yeah. I was bombed to death, like it was quite dramatic. Then James Lai was like carrying me, like, and then I died, and then, yeah. I guess it's like a pulling on the heartstring kind of thing, to show the pain of Japanese war, Yeah.
When you were casting for Jean Go's character, which
Right.
is Sumi, was there a particular character trait that you were looking for?
I was thinking about someone quite something.
Something.
Yeah, yeah, someone that was very cheeky, and I think out of all the characters I think you have a little bit of yourself in all the characters, but I think obviously her character was most representative of me. And I used to draw in books when I was really a horrible student, and I wouldn't read my books, and I would destroy my sister's textbooks. Then I'd go to my uncle's clinic and draw over all her world magazines, and that's just awful. Anyway, I used to get in trouble for it as well.
So that's why it was reflected.
Yeah,
in her
yeah.
character.
And I think I was interested, and I think when I made Autograph Book, I was already, in my late 20s. And when you get older, a lot of the friendships that you have when you're in school, they dissipate. People get married, they move on, sometimes you argue, and friendships just change. And I wanted to sort of address that. And it just so happened at that point in time, I had fallen out with a very good friend. Yeah, so that film was kind of addressing our relationship as
Okay,
well.
but right now, are you all still on
Yeah, no, we made out already, but it's not quite the same, but it's okay. At least we're talking now.
I see.
Because we didn't talk for like a long time.
A long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about for Jean? Have you ever experienced such a scenario as like depicted in autograph book?
Yes, yes. Because at the point I was 11, 9, 10, 10, and I was at the age where, you know, people are passing autograph books around in school, and then I have like all these friends who are like friends, and then suddenly no, they don't friend you anymore. So it was very, very easy for me to relate to the character, and like I was very, very comfortable at that point.
So you find when during the whole filming process, it was actually very easy for you to act.
Yeah, because there are other people around, and we all made friends. And yeah, it was really just like school. Like it really felt like I was in school and with like my school friends. Yeah, it was really, really fun.
I see. So, to Lillian and Jean, will you ever like consider filming an autograph book part 2, where you feature the same cast, but then this time around the story revolves around social media networks instead of like a hard copy autograph book? Yeah, have you ever considered doing a part 2?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to work with Jean again, and we're hopefully working together on my next film. And I have, and people have been asking me also like, are you going to make a sequel? And it would be nice, like something along in the threads of like Sisterhood of Traveling Pants, or those films about young girls who look back at their youth. But I would probably still like to feature the autograph book, because I like this whole idea of writing, like these little, like having these little anagrams and poems about friendship. And it would be nice to make like a nostalgic film. So maybe I'll set it in the 80s.
Oh, in the 80s?
Yeah.
Not like a follow-up from where you
Maybe it could be a follow-up. Yeah, it could be a follow-up. Like maybe the characters are older, but there might be some, they might still look back at the autograph book to be the key, to be a pivotal point in the film. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be fun. I like to.
Because autograph book is the kind of like the last short film. That
Yeah.
do you have any plans to another
No,
short
I think
film right now?
right now there's no more plans for any more short films, but I've been helping my husband Charles produce his experimental short films, and be working more with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in your DVD collection, there's a total of 8 films. Is there a particular film that holds like a more significant value to you, or like a stronger significance?
No, I think
to you?
all the films are very special to me. Obviously, when their friendships that have grown from it, and people who are like, Elle says I'm his biggest sister. Denise and I grew up together. She is like my sister. Jean is like my daughter. Her mom. But they all mean a lot to me as actors and as people. So it's kind of fun. It's like kind of watching home videos in a way. I don't know, but they don't look like home videos. No, but I would say probably the very first short film that you make it's always like the first love, right? Because the first short film I made, to me, was really a time capsule. Yeah, because we shot it on Beta SP, I don't even know if that exists anymore. And because we wanted the film to look more like film, we used nylon stocking to create the film look. And I used complete non-actors. Like I casted my cousin's friend, and I casted my dad's friend. I shot at my uncle's house. So it was like this real DIY piece. And actually I met my husband through the film. Because the guy who played Norman, who's the Time Out article. But anyway, the guy who played Norman and I became very good friends with this dude here. And we started hanging out, and then he brought my husband Charles around. What can I say?
Okay, I see. So, but for you, like, you make short films and feature films. How has the transition been like for you working?
Very tough. A lot more. Everything times 100 when you make a feature film. Yeah, and I think if anything, it's taught me, and hopefully I'll think about that when I make my next feature film. Is it's so important to work with friends, especially when you're making, an independent film, and because it really takes an army of people to make a film, and when you're working with friends, it just makes the process a lot easier and a lot more fun. Yeah.
Okay. And well, you started making films since 1997, so like you look back now.
96, yeah.
How do you think like your films and filmmaking career has evolved over the years?
I hope it has evolved. I guess Actually, I don't know, it's a good question because every time I step on set the first day, it always feels like the first time. And usually night before I can't sleep. There's a lot of anxiety and yeah, and like I said, it's even more so when you go on set and you see friends, and you see a friendly face on set, it puts you more at ease. Yeah, it makes a difference. Yeah, yeah.
Would you also like to share with us if you have any upcoming projects right now?
Yeah, I'm working on a new screenplay called Singapore Cowboy, which is about this man who has a midlife crisis and wants to become wants to be a country singing star.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm hopefully working with Jean on it. She won't be playing the cowboy. Adrian Pang will be playing the cowboy, and Jean will be playing his daughter. Yeah, yeah.
We'd like to, if you all have, is there any questions for Lillian and any of the cast members? Yeah.